Welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. We're here for arc number 4, the arc where we go hunt down a relic of some form from the pagan. This is also the arc where we get to learn some more about the actual history behind these lands. Let's get into it. What an interesting thing. Oh yeah, that's right. The brothers, or at least the older one, the smaller one, is very suspicious of behavior and is probably looking into further what just happened.
I'll sneak the formula back into Luis's room. Even if he suspected us, he'd never work out that we got to the capital and showed it to Rella in a single night.
Yeah, that is.
He won't find out about our mission.
That is genuinely probably the only good thing. The fact that because we can teleport for some weird, unexplainable, inexplicable reason, it's explained to some degree, but it still doesn't make an amazing amount of sense. We can go away, get it checked, and come back within the night, and this purse won't be gone for long.
What's it like? Can I read a bit of it?
Reading time? Oh my god, it's reading time, boys and girls.
Everyone told us we were inherently worthless. Just a fact of our birth. So I learned some glamours to make myself, at least, look valuable. This form. It's all just a fancy disguise, really. A gilded mask for the world to admire.
I'm very curious.
No, do forgive me.
No.
That was all lies, lies, lies. I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to reveal yourself entirely.
This is taking a bit. Oh no, what's happening? Did the game just break itself? No, loading screen incoming. It had me worried for a second that something's about to happen. Ah, here we go.
Now, prepare to hear the race's next challenge. Let's find out where our fierce competitors are bound. To recap, the 20 candidates with the current highest approval on the King's Rock will be the only ones to proceed. All others will be It's the young elder!
Right! Wasn't expecting that one. Nameless to famous in a single night. Just like that, he's in the top 20.
I mean, it works wonders when you actually do things that directly help the people that people were having problems with. Man, it's crazy how that works.
Is recovering and offering a divine relic!
What? A relic?
Don't worry, we're happy to explain everything. You'll not want to forget this, so we've arranged for you
Gina.
to hear it from an unforgettable voice. To tell us more, please welcome to the stage.
God, the design of that hair is nuts.
Lady Juna!
Her sudden obligation revealed, I suppose.
Chosen heroes. Your next destination is Altaberry Heights, the capital of the Principality of Montario. You are to gather there by the deadline, with a divine relic in hand to offer the Sanctus Church. Tragically, there are still heathens in this land.
She must hate having to say this.
Baptism. They care nothing for salvation. They cling to strange idols, calling them divine relics, believing them gifts from their eldritch gods. But their rituals are unstable, and their relics just primitive magic tools. It is time we put an end to this misguided witchery. Take these relics from the pagan's grasp and bring them to the birthplace of Sanctism, Altaberry Heights, in Montario. Please deliver them to their rightful place in God's hands. May all our aspiring heroes be blessed with good fortune and the favor of God. I pray for your success.
Still managed to put on a hell of a show for him. Lady Juna, Count Luis has sent for you. And you lot too, I suppose.
Looks like our first job's come in. These men have me running all over.
June's just going to continue playing it up because why not?
We're back, Lord Luis.
For now, you need only follow my orders. Your task is to obtain a certain divine relic on my behalf. The artifact in question is a lance known as Dracodius.
Dracodios. The Draco implies something to do with dragons, I presume?
Suffice to say, the lore behind this particular relic intrigues me. You will acquire it in time for Saint's Day, and bring it to me.
Pretty high stakes, my lord. You sure you want this crop of novices on the job?
Rest assured, my other agents have their own relics I've assigned them to pursue. I've no urgent need for this lance, nor for them, should they fail.
I'll go along and keep an eye on them, shall I? You can bet that if they try and run off with the relic, I'll put a stop to it.
You certainly are attached to them, aren't you?
Well, it's their first formal assignment in your service, after all. I can be your eyes and ears.
So be it then. You may act accordingly.
He's getting more and more suspicious by the moment.
Fancy lance.
Find your clues elsewhere. You have nothing further from me. Prove you think as well as you fight. May we both find success in the pursuit of our shared vision.
Because to some underlying degree, there is the protagonist and you, the player, and everyone else, a part of your crew, have a very similar vision for the world that Luis has. He just has more of a focus on power, and he's also a bit of a Kingslayer. And part of your mission is to free the prince, so he can do this instead. But
Hey.
You see,
not with me.
Then
Oh, is it the guy who's also one of the candidates? I'm assuming. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like it could be that guy from earlier who's got the castle mask.
He's in quite a state. Though I can hardly blame him, with everyone ordered to ransack his homeland. For now, how to approach him?
They've really crossed the line.
Wait. You're not with the Sanctus Church. One of the few who aren't, it seems.
I don't know much about divine relics, but I know all too well what it's like to see your homeland threatened.
The divine relics are symbols of our faith. More than that, they are the soul of our culture, our history.
followers of the old native beliefs worship idols that are known to conduct magic, which they call divine relics. But unlike the igniters of modern times, they are primitive in
oh, far from it. Divine relics aren't primitive in the least. That's just Sanctus propaganda. Really, it's the opposite. Most of these relics are powerful beyond belief, and igniters are just our crude imitations of them. If you'd ever seen one yourself, you'd know the difference. They don't call them divine for nothing. With powers like that, they might as well have come from the gods.
You're that songstress. Didn't expect to hear all this from you, after what you said for the crowd.
Well, a job's a job. But as I'm sure you're aware, pagans aren't the only ones oppressed by the church.
You really are well informed. And it sounds like you know something of oppression. Did you perhaps come from the Mage Academy?
Details, darling. I've seen abuse of powers before, and I'd rather not see it again.
The other candidates seem bent on taking relics by any means necessary. But you all seem different.
Yeah, we are chasing a relic, but we're going to do this the right way.
To be fair, we are looking for one. The only relic we know by name right now is Dracodios.
The Lance of the Dragon God. So that's why you came up to me. I suppose anyone would want our homeland's greatest treasure. The Lance is no secret we're trying to hide. Truly, I hope mainlanders come by the scores to see it. Our village is on an island in the World Tree's embrace, where the Dragon God sleeps. On a clear day, you can see it from this land.
an island across the ocean. You mean Virga Island, then? 'Tis a large island in the inland sea. Most of its inhabitants are Mustari, and it remains the only place in the land where sanctism has not taken root.
I'm not out to abolish sanctism myself. I just don't want everything we believe in to be destroyed.
So that's why you're in this race.
I thought I could change the world. And then I saw the truth. What a fool I was. I've not introduced myself yet, have I? My name is Edeni. Take my advice. Forget about Dracodios. We can't hand it over, and you'll never reach it anyway.
We don't intend to take it by force.
Even if you did, you'll not find any ships that sail there. And that's only the first obstacle in your way. Take my word. It's no place for an outsider. It's time I stopped chasing a fool's dream. I need to face reality. And if you're smart, you'll do the same.
Well,
Feel for
sounds
that
like
guy.
Dracodios is on Virga Island somewhere. Is there really no ship passage there? This is the biggest port in the kingdom.
But you know the kingdom and their racism. They're probably just going like, oh, that island full of the pagans who don't believe in sectarism, they can go themselves type deal.
'Tis true. His words reminded me. Thanks to both sea currents and cultural tensions, the only merchant ships passing Virga Island embark from Montario.
But Montario's on the other side of the bloody sea. You can't seriously be suggesting we go there first and then loop back to Virga. We'd never make the deadline.
Then let's ballywell conquer this inland sea ourselves. Don't worry, chums. I'm on the job.
Oh, he's going to make our thing fly? Or just going to be sea?
You worried about Lady Juna? Actually asking this time, not just prodding.
Shut up.
Tell. You still don't trust them, do you?
How can I? We've only known them for a matter of days. Look, the whole Gladel mess, you really think they're innocent?
Then let's go with them, yeah? Me and you. You do whatever makes sense to you, Del. You know I'll follow wherever you go.
You never could keep your mouth shut, eh?
Oh, interesting. I mean, I'm not surprised.
What the?
Wait a second. You're not saying this thing can sail now?
Quite right. While you lot were hobnobbing at old Luis's soiree, I had his run all to myself. And believe you me, I got quite an eyeful. Came away full of ideas. After all, this old girl wasn't designed as a land runner alone. All about modular design, don't you know? Flexible jointage. So I did a bit of tinkering.
But why? We'd not even spoken of the island until moments ago.
Because why not?
Orange Island, milady. Look at the map. What's our shortest route to Montario, eh? A straight shot through the inland sea.
Huh. The man has a point. That never dawned on me.
Besides, I've kept my ears open, what? Here there be monsters and all that rot. You'll need more than a ship for these waters. You'll need a proper sea runner.
Oh, right. Eurus, you weren't at the exhibition, so you wouldn't know. Forden already killed the big sea monster out there. It had a huge head.
Really? Don't tell me you're making the trip in that.
Why are you two here?
Bodyguard duty, Lady Juna. We're along for the ride, especially since you're bound for some remote wild island.
These poor newcomers are working so hard and you still can't trust them. Or is it me you don't trust?
We're here on Master Luis's orders. I'm sure I don't have to outline the pecking order there. Or do you have a problem with us being around?
Rather. We're running short on beds.
Oh, don't worry. Del doesn't take up as much space as me.
Oh, belt up. Besides, you really expect this rust bucket to survive a night at sea?
If you don't like it, leave. Nobody's forcing you to come.
Looks like we're crewmates then. Nothing like a sea voyage for a bit of fun, yeah?
This is a fine mess. Wasn't expecting them along. What do you think their angle is?
They probably still suspect us.
I agree. We definitely crossed a line with the whole Gladel incident.
Suppose that's that, eh? I'll do a last check on her amphibials, make sure she's shipshape. Give me a shout when you're ready.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to stop deal with it. It's probably not gonna. It's not gonna be that bad, man. Just can't talk about certain things and we'll be fine, you know? A few. Something up there, so I'm assuming our adventure is going to take us up here at some point. Especially since that's already appeared. We will... I don't know when we'll pass that. And then assuming that thing's up here somewhere. Probably there, maybe. I don't know. There's a splash and the sound effect now, but not much changes with the actual visuals. I still love those transitions. Them transitions are so awesome.
Tis actually moving. A fine effort.
Was it ever in doubt? You're the master of the helm, my dear.
Virga Island, eh? Well, I can say it's wholly foreign to me.
'Tis a land within an archipelago where many Mustari live. I've heard their faith involves a special maiden of some kind.
How have they managed to avoid the church's influence? I doubt they've the manpower or arms to fend off the crown theocracy.
Probably because
There's
not worth
something
the
there
effort.
that could overturn history, as the Sanctists tell it. Something so damning they couldn't even afford their soldiers seeing it. So the rumors say, at least. Might just be a conspiracy theory.
That could be
As
interesting.
for this dragon god's lance, we shall need to negotiate.
If negotiations are even on the table.
Ugh, why all the fuss? Just kill them and take it.
Nothing else works, yeah. Keep it simple.
It's always kill, kill, kill with you two.
Hey, Lord Luis's orders. Don't need to tell you, do I?
Yet you'd impugn Count Luis's reputation with wanton massacre. Simple, was it?
Ugh, give it a rest. Are we there yet?
Time to talk strategy with those two hanging around.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. That sound effect. Oh, like what the sound effect was that, man? I'm making the guess that we probably won't be able to do anything with talking lies or anyone because of shenanigans with the twins, the bros. Well, they're not twins. Why did I say twins? The brothers who are on the ship with us because they probably are. Yeah. But fair.
Common.
Ooh. That's cool. That's so cool. That's beautiful.
Incredible!
That is actually really cool imagery. You're not thinking of spearfishing through this seawall, are you? I was merely considering how I would secure today's allotment of rations. She'd eat these weird-looking fish without a second thought.
Everyone's life stories, I suppose.
Indeed. Talking about how I dislike the Paripus.
You and the rest of the world. Or do you think you're special?
We don't have to keep dancing around it, do we, Del? Why can't we be straight with them? Just come out with it, yeah? Tell him you still ain't sure that stuff with Glottel was on the level.
If even we're suspicious, there's no way Lord Luis hasn't worked it out already. Not that it matters to me, anyway. Still, I had to make sure, see for myself whether Lady Juna is on our side or not.
Come on, you two.
Something's out there! Look outside! It's a monster! A great briny beast! Everyone to the deck, quick!
Oh, fun. Fun. Ooh, wee.
What's happening?
Oh, cutscene. Forden, you lying bastard.
The hell are you doing? It's supposed to be you helping those in need, right, Del?
Now, hurry!
You alright, Del? You realize this changes nothing. We're still
up shit creek.
Is that a human?
Don't charge straight at it. We've got the arms. We'll clear him out of the way.
Got it. If we don't kill the thing, we're all sunk.
Don't get used to it.
Yeah! Come on over there!
Now's our chance.
Bum ba dum bum ba ba. Of course, Forden was a lying sack of shit. I caught the big sea squid that was causing everyone problems. Really, buddy? It's right in there. I think I failed this one, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Where it ends. Is everyone all right?
We're close.
In! Come! I'll run you through!
Nice. That went so much smoother this time around.
Tremble before me.
I love that additional giggle. Because I was already slightly laughing at the voice line, then just the giggle afterwards is just like, that's crazy. Oh god.
Wait, something's amiss. I still hear water flowing, but it's coming from inside the runner.
Blast! We're dipping awfully low. Getting a bit soggy in here, chums.
Hold on, we're sinking. You've got to be kidding.
Down the water. You two!
What? You can't just order us. Oh, this bloody rust bucket.
Oh, I love this. I love how this game can really well go from the seriousness of what this is to just like, now,
the age of a new king.
Have fun. Here's something stupid. Early morning. Ooh.
Luis has sent an emissary to Virga Island.
Oh.
As reported by a crier, it's the elder boy who brought Joanna to the judging.
So he stands with Luis then. No doubt he seeks Dracodius.
A gambit to steal the public's gaze, perhaps. Taking a prize from the only land beyond the church's reach.
I don't really side with Luis. It's just more we're doing it for now because it works. But we're kind of our own thing.
Laughable. The reason we leave those barbarians alone is that we've nothing to gain from them. Your Eminence?
Merely a passing thought.
Let him chase the lance. It changes nothing. With the dawn of Saints' Day, your Eminence's authority will be unshakable as the mountains.
It shows how much, how far up his ass you currently are, because anyone with half a wit about them would be like, this is a very interesting gamble to go steal relics from other people effectively. That's going to piss those people right off, and they're immediately not going to side with the church in any way, shape, or form, and they're going to direct their hopes into whom is not affiliated with the church. So this could so much backfire, it's not even
As
funny.
long as we tell the public that these divine relics truly originated in Sanctism, yes, that should do. The candidates gathered at the Saints' Day Festival will be under the protection of the King's magic. Some of them may use that as a shield to sow violence and discord.
I am aware, Your Eminence. Please, leave everything to your humble servant.
You can go suck some ass.
Narrowly escaping the threat of the sea monster, the party
Narrowly
rides the currents of
escaping?
the Indian Sea to
That
their
was quick work.
destination.
We'll ignore the fact that I failed once.
Virga is a word given.
Whoa. It's drinkable. Much clearer than the capital's water, too.
Don't jump in.
Oh, brilliant. I could use a dip to get the salt off me.
It could be deemed as disrespectful.
Who are you? Can you hear me? Then surely you must be a messenger of the Dragon God.
Is something amiss?
I'm imagining things.
Could it be a villager?
You must be the...
Priestess!
Hey, Del, let's go.
Mainlanders, you're not of this island!
Wait, listen!
Seize them!
Woo, fun times. Love it.
What do we do now?
It seems the brothers have fled. Perhaps they've gone to report to Neurus.
I doubt it. Those thugs are here for the lance alone. They care nothing for us.
No, they care about
Work with
Juna.
that. Can't return without the lance anyway. But I'd rather see if we can break ourselves out instead of counting on them to save us.
Look. They might be here for the lance, but they also are deeply simpy towards Juna. So yeah.
By the way, anyone else find it strange that they recognized a candidate at a glance? I wasn't expecting news to travel this far.
Probably my fault, I'm afraid. They had a lot of questions, and they weren't gentle about asking.
Is that the crier?
Well, fancy meeting you.
Oh fuck.
You're that Sanctus crier.
I was hoping the word of the Crown Theocracy might be worth something here.
No,
Turns out,
buddy.
they prefer chains for questions.
But why are you here?
Taste for the throne. You return to your rightful home. Surely you have accepted that our traditions are the only way. Because of your indecision. Because you faltered in your faith to the dragon god. Your father and mother both.
Oh, what?
I will have
Oh, I can't say that word on you. I can say that, but YouTube just doesn't like it that much. But this channel isn't monetized anyway. Whoops. I'm Australian, it doesn't matter. But what assholes. But also very typical.
Master Edeni, please. The sacrifice. We cannot simply suffer in silence.
Mead
My brother,
Bulunga.
do not fear. I have just purified myself for the spring. I'm ready to serve as our people's sacrifice.
Eupha.
I am a priestess. I have known from birth that my life's greatest impact would be as an offering to the dragon god. Indeed, it brings me great pride. I can serve my village in a way the priestesses in times of peace could not. If our island might be saved, I will gladly give my life for it.
Oh, bless you, Priestess Eupha. We will not forget your sacrifice.
This will surely appease the dragon
God
god.
damn.
You are our last hope. Priestess Eupha, our salvation, our future.
Prepare the ship. I will accompany her to the altar in the Dragon Temple, where Dracodios rests.
Interesting.
The Dragon Temple? Sounds like that's where we'll find our lance.
I did a bit of reading on Virga Island once. Army reports say it's surrounded by an archipelago, otherwise uninhabited. And one of them islands is nothing but a massive
Is it the
temple.
one up
Not
north?
another soul on them. Strange lot, these pagans. Gotta be bloody stupid to build your big important temple out where nobody can get to it.
Could be. Or maybe they weren't the ones who built it. Either way, we'll need a ship.
Sounds like we better hurry and bail our new crewmates out. All this stink in the square probably means less guards on duty.
Ugh.
Come on, Del, we can't leave him high and dry. The fair lady Juna likes him, don't she?
And the fair lady's the only one we have to rescue.
Yeah, but she won't be happy.
Not getting attached now, are you? You knew going in they might be our traitors. Look, you want to work together, then let me do the thinking, right? I've got all this under control. Oh.
Hey, Del, you're not still hurting from the sea battle, are you?
I'm fine. We'll wait till nightfall. Shadowy business, all this. Let's get those bindings off. Easy does it now.
Is he a pig or a dog? Papyrus, so dogs. Most
Calm
likely.
down, you amateurs.
Oh, thanks. I'd hoped you'd come back for us.
We know where the lance is. Let's move.
Wait, aren't you going to untie the others?
We're your bodyguards, not theirs.
What? Since when do you follow orders to the letter?
I've already told you we can't trust these people, and now it's clear we can't even trust them to protect you.
He did a fine enough job saving your life out at sea.
Del!
He's one of us now. Lord Luis gave him direct personal orders, and you'd still leave him to die. I promised Lord Luis I'd keep an eye on him too. If you get him killed, I'm the one who's failed.
Hear, hear. 3 appropriately stealthy cheers for cooperation.
Oh my fucking... Shut it, Crier!
Generous spirit could get me untied too.
Ugh. Better to let a church leech rot. You're annoying, and you talk too much.
Haha, yeah, I get that a lot. Funny thing though, I get more chatty the more distress I'm in. And I'm quite beside myself here.
We could just shut him up.
Oh, nah, we don't.
No, Del. We don't want to leave a mess. If things get dicey, we've got some meat shields at the least, eh? Gonna need all the manpower we can get if we want that lance.
Is the lance somewhere dangerous?
Well, about that. Turns out this dragon god might be a bit more real than we thought. And more bent out of shape.
They're sacrificing some village lass to it, and the crowd was scared stiff besides. We can't rule out that this dragon's more than a folktale.
So we're to face a dragon? Well, that's just lovely. Untie everyone this instant. Or do you fancy better chances with fewer swords?
Oh, fine, I get it. Just give me a second. Oi, kid. Don't make me regret this.
Count on it.
Cheeky one, aren't you? Just don't get yourself killed, pup. Fine, just get over here and I'll let you loose. Oh, you're going last.
I'll make sure you do. That's such a... like... You really want to piss them off more?
Considering the size of the island, there's only the one settlement. The chief's young, too, goes by Edeni or something.
Edeni? Was he not the Mustari candidate we met before? I'd no idea he was this island's ruler.
He and the sacrificial maiden are headed for the temple on one of the deserted islands. That's where we find the lance. Oh, and the girl marked for death is his sister.
His own sister?
Something about appeasing the dragon god's anger.
They're very
All these
rage-inducing.
islanders worship it, and they say the calamities come from its fury.
Is that true?
Course not. Just don't know whether all this superstition is rooted around an actual dragon or a made-up one.
Fair point. I'm curious about this Draco Dios being a divine relic myself. If it was found in that temple, then the temple's probably an ancient ruin. Might be the perfect den for a dragon.
Should this creature exist, mortal sacrifice is beyond all reason. No torment is worth taking an innocent life for.
Yeah,
Oh,
well...
that's rich from a fallen knight. You think nobody makes sacrifices out there in the real world? Or is all that below you, eh? You ask me, I say at least these people are doing what needs to be done.
Fair enough. Though it would seem beyond the pale, it is not our scale of morality that measures them.
Yet I refuse to stand idly by while innocent lives are at stake.
Please, help my sister.
Wait, he's...
Please help. My sister Eupha. The temple full of magla.
Pull yourself together, man. He's barely breathing.
Did he just say Magla? I wonder what happened.
We need to get him to the Gauntlet Runner. No, tis too deep a wound for its capabilities. To the village, then.
What, are you mad? You just broke yourselves out of that damned place.
We cannot leave him to die.
I don't understand you lot.
No, this could work out for us. He's the island's chief, right? If we save his life, the whole village might come around on us.
What are you talking about? We already know where the lance is. All we have to do now is take it.
And how about this? I'll follow him because I'm assigned to keep an eye on him. And you have to keep an eye on me because you're my bodyguards, right?
Fine. Be my guest. But if it comes down to you or the lance, you know I'll have to take the lance.
The simpiness keeps going.
Turned. You've no objections, I trust, Captain?
Yes. Let's get her back.
Right. We're not in the business of abandoning people.
Right. We'll save your sister. In return, though, would you be willing to lend us Dracodios?
So be it.
What? That is the very symbol of our faith!
If they've the strength to overcome the Templars' trials, then they could have already taken the lance for themselves. Yet still they seek permission. I trust them. It seems like they really do believe in what they say.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where if we're going to go to the temple regardless, and we're going to be going into a den of death, and we come back, you can make sure as shit that there's a very high chance that we could just take the lance with us and not give 2/10 of a damn on what you think. But we're still asking.
But they're not like us. They're outsiders.
It doesn't matter what tribe they are. They are people just like us. If the race on the mainland taught me anything, it's that.
Wait, it'll take more than a day to save her, right? Not to be morbid, but will your sister survive that long?
She knows those halls better than I do. If she's found a safe enough chamber, she can stay out of sight. And I made sure to bring food to the temple when we left. She could survive for even 4 weeks. Eupha is a priestess. She knows her life is too valuable to the ritual not to keep going. Your offenses will be pardoned. Anything you need, I'll try to provide. So please, save Eupha.
Our destination is the Dragon Temple, built on a nearby deserted island. Once there, we search the temple for the divine relic, Dracodios. And while we're in there, we'll also be looking for the village priestess, Eupha.
The hell we will. I thought we made it clear we were here for the lance.
According to Edeni, the lance's actual place in the temple is a close-guarded secret, known only to the priestess herself.
Never simple, is it?
Nope, never is,
We've got 2
buddy.
problems to worry about.
You're exactly right. But you have to understand, not everyone here wanted sacrifice. To see a girl her age go
Dead, yeah, stupid.
die. She's as young as my own child. It's not right. So please.
We will see the girl safely home. You have our word.
We'll see her safety home and then take her with us because she'll awaken.
We came only for the lance, but even that pursuit has earned us a chance to save a life.
It's always weird hearing some motifs that are very similar to what I've heard in Fire Emblem game. Well, mostly Three Houses. And then just hearing how they've adjusted it for their own stylistic choices, which is cool. Oh, I love that. The font. We haven't been given the officiator of this quest as of yet. We still can't do any bond levels as of yet. We still haven't gotten Juna's bond level as of yet.
Maybe the tide was with us this time, but that was a much quicker trip than I thought.
What's up, Del? You seasick?
No. And keep your eyes on them, not me. Don't want them pinching the lance and doing a runner.
You really worry too much, mate. Once you've got doubts in your head, you don't know how to let them go.
That's the Dragon Temple.
Just as I thought. I've seen this exact view in historical art. It's as ancient as ruins come. Perhaps the reason the Sanctus Church doesn't want anyone near the island is that they want whatever's inside to stay buried.
I'd avoid it too if I could. The place looks totally overrun with magla. We're definitely gonna find some monsters in there.
This melancholia aura is most ominous. What is this magic? And from whence is it born? We only ever see it when faced with grave burdens.
Might not be unrelated. We know magic is possible without an igniter. In other words, magla can be controlled by the mind.
It's the dragon,
alone.
I'm kidding.
You
Maybe.
venture that it springs from mortal minds?
Hey, you lot about finished. Let's get on with it.
He's right. Let's hurry on.
We're trying to figure out what's the cause of all of this because it might allow us to, I don't know, make sense of this and maybe have a better chance. I don't know. But it's not like you guys really care about that. You just want that damn lance and be done with it as long as you can simp to Juna then too.
The Melancholia's influence, maybe.
That's the best you've got, old man. Too sloppy by half. I'll show you how it's done. Del, what's wrong?
Nothing, I'm sound.
Del, you
Dizzy, that's all.
you stubborn prick.
Hey, Del! Whoa! You're burning up! Why?
Allow me.
You stubborn fart. He was wounded against the human we fought at our sea.
Your foot is badly injured. It is infected and inflamed. What possessed you to hide this?
I said I'm fine. Stop wasting time.
A wound-borne fever can turn fatal. We should turn back.
She's right, Del. We've got to get that looked at.
Basilio, are you gonna listen to me or not?
Oh, please. You don't get to die like an idiot. From an infected foot of all things. Learn to rely on your allies. That's what a real warrior does.
Stubborn fart.
Sorry, Del. I can't afford to listen to you this time.
I see.
Ah, so that's what bringing out the thirst. I'm surprised you're able to produce a treasure such as this off the island in such a short time. Quite fleet of foot, those gauntlet runner contraptions. I see you have much yet to learn about them.
Leave it to me.
Now, I'll get brewing. You won't be waiting long. Take a moment to rest yourselves. Thank you for your patience. The potion is complete. This is the potion of Blight our villagers passed down through generations. I'm sure it will serve you well.
Mission accomplished.
Kill beans.
Thank you.
Heading at the house of huge tree. Now we should be inside the temple. Let us hurry and rescue the princess. Boy, oh boy.
That reminds me.
Yep, there it is. That looks like to be the trigger of her bond, hopefully.
Oh?
Looking a bit pensive, love. Make sure you take a break when you need it, or you end up falling when you least need to afford to. A bit of advice involves helping the people, so you hear me out, won't you? I think this is right up alley. Go on.
Thanks.
Thank you. See perfectly spot over with you.
Here's where we are now. Oh, and do bring me along when you go, won't you? We can tackle it whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Why would I go without you? You're a unit. It's like, what? What do you want about, woman? I kid.
This place.
I think we should be fine. Should be.
So...
That must be the monster we're looking for. What chance do the snakes have? This foul beast is disturbing the natural order. What we do so the dead may rest peacefully. It cannot be permitted to remain.
Go!
It's right here we go, everyone. What?
You think you own this place, huh? You're
Okay,
not raiding
that's
this
cool.
too on our watch.
That's
Witness
neat.
our secret technique.
Hey guys, I'm gonna do metaphor.
Let my power support you.
Oh, that's cool.
You hit their weakness. This'll be over soon enough. Moves, Heisme. I call upon a royal soul. You hit their weakness.
Might be a touch of a waste here, but I think I will do it.
You think you're on me? We go together.
Let my power support you.
This is it.
Look at that. Look at that. Look how amazing that is. So worth it.
All right.
Hey, look at that imagination. Oh, we went up one.
But first, might I ask you a random question? What does strength truly mean to you?
Strength is to show compassion to others, I suppose.
Well, aren't you considerate? I wouldn't have thought. Well, then you pass. I hereby appoint you to the position of my personal escort. You do know that I have an adoring public all over the continent, yes? I get absolutely swarmed when I go out alone. How honored you must feel. Oh, but I kid. I'm just glad to have you aboard. After all, we're both putting our lives on the line to achieve the same goal, are we not? So let me put it to you again. If there's something I want to save, Are you still willing to risk your life for it? I do appreciate you fighting alongside me, and I was deadly serious about the escort thing. So, let's give it our best.
Hey! I can sense you in style and trust me.
The ephemeral songstress, Juna. Within her dwells the virtue of the masked dancer. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Awesome. There's something else in there. I don't care for it now.
Okay then.
If it turns out there's something else in there, that by maybe a relic, we're gonna come past here again anyway when we go for the tower later on, so can always stop by and finish the dungeon crawling. It's just I've burnt through all the MP already. Purely because I decided to do the boss battle in the most showy way one can.
No way!
I can't believe the size of this place. It's like a proper labyrinth. I wonder how deep it goes. Perhaps we could tell, if it wasn't for the strange mist, the path of Ares must go before the dragon god.
What can I do?
What's up?
You alright? It's Priestess. Certainly couldn't hear
Okay,
it. Well, if
so-
you'd heard the voice, then she's alive. Come on, let's go find her. Thine eyes report doth not tell all. Only those with the conviction to the altar their perspective may find the way through the dark. Perspective, so we have to change how we view things here. Things beyond what's in front of us, or at least what I assume it's trying to say. Those who are not lost must... Those who are lost does the mist bedevil, but upon the proper path no mist will be there to thwart thee.
I see.
Okay.
If so,
That's intriguing. Samuel, the old world is inscribed here in archaic writing. World. Is it? I suppose this is some kind of ancient city. Those are buildings that are preposterously tall. Never in my days have I seen a town such as this. Hard to believe it's a depiction of the past, it almost feels futuristic.
Hey.
So, if that's a city, what's surrounding it? Looks like monsters. No, not monsters, no. The more I look, the more it appears they're being worshipped. A world where there is not but one god. Ha. Now that is indeed a very different understanding of history from that of sancticism. I don't think we're going to guess our way to the right answers here. Let's press on. It's a mural. The world after ruin is described in archaic writing. Based on the title, we can surmise it depicts those who perished in a city torn asunder by flame. Twould imply a world brought to the brink of destruction by a great war. What's going on at the bottom there? Looks like the people gradually changing. Isn't that a monster of some kind on the left? What is going on there? Well, what a strange physiognomy. It almost looks like a human, but the figure on the right looks like a regular person.
Oh.
No idea what any of this means. Don't think any amount of concentration on our part is going to clear it up. The War of Ruin is inscribed here in archaic writing.
Doesn't it seem like...
And if this depicts the Annex War, it seems far too grand a scale. If it were, it wouldn't be called the War of Ruin. It's likely depicting the war that led to the destruction of the old world. And people aren't the only combatants here. There are dragons and what looks like monsters in the fray too. They could even be ancient gods. If you ask me, it looks like more like they got roped into the war that people started.
What the?
You're telling me people manipulate the dragons, this many bloody dragons, as tools of war? To hazard, I guess. I'd say that magic which allows us to control archetypes fashioned after their heroes is oddly similar. If gods and dragons really started fight, no wonder why they called it a war of ruin. Far out, they just keep exploding. Actually bothersome. Maybe? We're on to the next section though, so that's a good thing. We've gone further. Puzzling.
What? There's someone here.
It's you. I believe we met at the spring? My name is Euphazia. I am priestess of the dragon god, but you may call me Eupha, if it pleases you.
To see you now, you seem largely unscathed. You have hidden yourself well, priestess. This place is devoid of monsters. Almost uncannily so.
I sought the room least affected by Magla. We of the Mustari are blessed with a third eye that can see magic's flow. But more importantly, why are you here?
Edeni asked us to help you. We're here in the stead of the island soldiers.
So my brother is safe. Thank goodness. Then I trust your word. Please, help me complete the ritual for the island.
Wait, girl. We want no part of this sacrifice. We're here to take you back.
'Twas your brother's own behest. If you doubt us, then you may seek your answers from him.
My brother would have you stop me. But why?
This is so crazy to think he doesn't want his sister to die.
But what happens if I return? The island's Magla royals. Our people are tormented by horrors from the sea. Even our herds are being driven to madness. The chaos must be quelled. And if I stand as sacrifice, no one else will need to.
A fire burns in you, girl. It's a valor any knight would be proud to wield. And I should know. But if you're to risk your life, shouldn't it be for something certain?
Is all this really happening because of that dragon god?
What? But the perils that grip the island, they are born of the same magic that floods this temple.
Yeah, but
we've seen the same phenomenon across the nations. This affliction isn't isolated to your islands.
Even so, surely...
How about this then? We'll get you safely to the altar, and see what we can figure out there. You know where it is, don't you?
Well, yes.
Let's see what's really going on back there for ourselves. We've got business with this lance of yours too.
She's right. No point in stopping here. Is that okay, Captain?
That's fine with me.
What do you want with Dracodios? No. Whatever your answer, it hardly matters for the sacrifice. I will trust all of you as envoys of my brother. Besides, my third eye sees the flow of Magla keenly. There is something unusual about the Magla in your wake. It brings to mind descriptions of the heroes of old.
Yep.
Are you talking about archetypes?
Then we must not disgrace their legacy. Let us proceed with all due care.
Oh no, how can this be? The fault lies with me, and my atonement shall be realized when I become the sacrifice of the Dragon God. What is the Dragon God anyway? Any ideas what could start this little temper tantrum? Of that I am uncertain, but ever since the founding of the village, when our protected deity frenzies, it appears by the sacrifice of the priestess. Our origins, inscribed here in archaic writing. What's this one of? Our origins, that is, the Mustari's people. Look close, there are people in the painting have 3 eyes.
Very well.
Center is our first chief. Our village passed down and protected for generations, and now I, too, must sacrifice it to save it. The birth of the priestess is inscribed here in archaic writing. So we've got the priestess, the lance, and the flock. Feels like we're getting closer and closer to the truth of this island.
Indeed.
The people of the village discovered these ruins and met the dragon god. Later, those entrusted with sacred ceremonial duty became the priestesses. Dragon God is our protected deity, but it's also an imposter's god of conflict. Sometimes its all-consuming rage is directed at the island. In those chaotic times, the priestess makes herself a sacrifice. Legends foretell that in offering her life to beg for mercy, the dragon's god spirit is appeased.
Hey.
Are you not afraid to die? It seems like you almost want this to happen. I cannot claim to be absent of fear, but I possess the ability to save the people of the village that I hold dear. So more than anything else, I feel both joy and pride.
Let us continue forth.
Now let's resume this journey.
What?
Wow, what is this place? I don't think we've seen anything like this before.
Huh?
Would you look at that? The sky, so strange to see being so far underground. What the hell's going on? I shared your surprise when I first saw this place. Your shock is only natural. This is Dragon Grace Shinjuku, the remnants of an ancient civilization. My people refer to it as the Lost City.
What?
That's no language I know. Safe to say it's really, really old? Yes, our ancestors discovered it alongside the lance and enshrined it all in the temple.
Please, have a look.
Look at your feet. Traces of previous paths imprinted in the soil. An earthly record of their pilgrimages here. If we follow them, we shall reach the altar at the Lost City's lowermost level. Follow the path. It's actually quite a fun challenge, this is. Trying to figure out how to beat this problem with low MP. I was almost there that time round, so I believe it's possible.
Damn it.
So I can definitely do it here, but it's just more figuring out the way that needs to be done for it to work. Let's try this again.
Finish it, quick! Damn. Let's try this.
I knew you'd help.
Quite a boon.
What's needed?
For all that we strive for! Hulkenberg got them right
Chase
at the
all
weak spot.
power of kings.
Whew. He got a crit. Good. I was like sitting going, I go for this attack, that could be it. Because it could just wipe us out in the next turn because I don't have anything to do about that problem.
I shall strive to use this power.
But no, we got lucky. Oh god, that line's getting closer.
That takes care of that. I think we're safe now.
We cannot avoid this fight. Stand ready.
Look!
Screw all that mess. Literally. I don't want to burn more resources right now. Go away, game. Samira with archaic writing. Dragon God. It depicts the Dragon God manifesting before the priestess. Dragon God normally dwells within the Dracodius, but it takes the dragon form only when I, the priestess, will it. Only when you will it. Then how is it the village comes to harm? Does he just pop out and go on a rampage when he's feeling antsy? It's my first time doing any of the sort, and as such I am uncertain. However, the Dragon God is a protected deity. If we fulfill our duties well, he'll come to our aid, I am certain of it. Being well. Will the village lived up to these so-called duties? And he said it himself. The village took all their fears and anxieties and burdened your soldiers' shoulders with them.
Say.
Eupha, what truly compels you to seek the path of self-sacrifice?
But that's...
Because it's my duty.
But that's...
No.
So...
What would their need be for the priestess if we were to stop? The village has already sacrificed so much. The priestess cannot simply abandon her destiny. I'm sure it's a matter of pride for you. You didn't take on the role lightly, but I cannot condone a course that may leave you dying in vain. Given how much you seem to care about people, Eupha, you really could accomplish a lot if you didn't, die.
But then...
Go further and screw them. It's a mirror. The priestess and the dragon god is inscribed here in archaic writing. The priestess is holding a lance and a dragon. So the lance is in the depths of this place. This image, something about it doesn't sit right with me. On the left is the dragon god. Would it not be facing the priestess if it meant to make a meal of her? There, in the middle, are those the inhabitants of the village?
Indeed.
Indeed, I interpret this as the people standing protected behind both the god, the dragon god, and the priestess. I don't know, it's almost like the priestess is fighting with the dragon. Are the priestess really supposed to be sacrifices? Is the legend, well, correct?
See here.
But Offerings have been made to the priestess of the priestess to the dragon god for generations.
Might I ask you something? Why have you come to this island? For the lance, I know, but why risk your very lives for it?
Well, we've come this far in together. I suppose she deserves to know something, at least.
There is someone we aim to save. One who was ambushed in shadow. Cursed to die. And the blackguard responsible for this cruelty now seeks our land's throne. If we are to thwart this tyrant, we must first ply him with power and favors. That is why we seek Dracodios.
So you do not bid for the throne for yourself? I had heard that the mainland's aspirants were all seeking relics for their own gain in the race.
But just so you know, we still meant that part about not wanting you to die.
Perhaps. It was the same with my own parents. My mother and father served as the priestess and island chief before my time. They died in an accident out to sea. More than 10 years passed. We knew they'd set sail to seek the dragon god. But we never knew why they made the journey at such a time, when no ritual was needed. To hear all of you now, I think I might understand. Perhaps your aims are not so different from theirs.
They sought to question the ritual itself. Whether these sacrifices held any meaning. That way, they might protect their dear daughter. Is that it?
Yet there are those in the village who will not suffer any doubt in the dragon god's ways. My brother left for the mainland, claiming he'd change us for the better.
Your parents were not alone in their love for you. There are others on the island who would see you live.
And truly, I'm grateful. But as a priestess, even surrounded by such chaos and despair, I have already known such joy and freedom. To me, offering my life is no sacrifice. Those born into blessing must give back in turn. Such a duty is no more than simple common sense. It is the only way to live.
Well, that settles it. I'm getting you out of here. Deal with it.
Wait, but did you not hear a word I just said?
Oh, we heard. But fools like us rarely listen.
Go, Juna. Okay, how much more do we have to go of this mess? Oh, God. It continues. But hey, a save point. I think I swapped Stroll out for Himes, mate, at this point. For Hulkenberg at this point, because he is running low on MP. I don't know what we're facing next either. Which is... definitely an interesting thing, because I don't know what's going to be best team composition for what we're about to come up against. Because we don't know what we're going to come up against. I guess I'm just going to have to go in it blind, wing it, hope we go well. If not, I'll have a better understanding of what we actually need. Here we go.
The deepest part of the temple lies just ahead. It is the altar of the 12, where the dragon god Et slumbers.
What is this really sinister voice? There's unquestionably something totally not good back there.
This Magla. It feels like that of a normal dragon, but somewhat different. What is this?
Well, that's why we're here. Let's go.
I don't like this.
Well.
Ready?
Time to go!
We'll see how this goes. What an interesting place. Yeah, we get it, dragon. We get it. Okay. Jeez. Calm down. I know you had a rough day, man.
No! It can't be!
Oh, hell! There was a dragon after all!
There's a human on
I thought
top.
this thing needed a priestess to summon it.
Is that the lance?
We are in no condition to claim it. Fire and flame! Has even the dragon god succumbed to melancholia?
No. I think this is something worse. Look! On its back!
It's a human.
Something clings to it. A human. Is that the fiend behind this chaos?
That's the worst double act I've ever seen.
Look at its eyes. Its mouth, like it's shielding itself, or like it refuses to confront anything, or almost like...
Eupha, get back! We've got bigger problems than the ritual! This thing wants to eat us!
You would fight our god!
What can we do but defend ourselves?
Eupha!
I'm...
Look out!
Okay, not yet. Awakening time first, I suppose.
What can I do? You would have me abandon this end. You would send me away to live my life. But how? How can I? This is all I have. Please. You can't take my purpose away from me.
Make a new purpose.
I must apologize. I was wrong to assume. I was quick to judge. But your rites are not acts of barbarism. Yours is a proud heart. But still, see the truth. Is this your god? A god who demands martyrs, who desires tragedy. Is that truly a god worthy of your devotion and faith? Arise now, priestess! Have you come here only to be saved? Or will you find purpose beyond death, to stand and fight as a savior?
I want to!
O lodestar, ye torn maiden of faith, O thou anguished traveler.
The goosebumps.
Thy long stagnant stance hath finally been broken. Now choose thy path.
I love that island. I love the smell of its verdant flora. But what I love more than anything is its people. Their words may be coarse, but their hearts are true. I must save them. Please!
Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities become thy light. O Lodestar, whose light reveals the King's own path, awaken.
If I cannot save them in death, then I swear I'll protect them with my life. All of you, let me fight by your side.
Damn. Yes, it lets me pick. Thank you, game. I was like, it's going to randomly take out a party member. I'm just going to have to suffer. No, it's like, look, you get to choose.
Fight?
And that power!
I found my answer. I offer my life in battle, not in sacrifice.
Then we fight as a team.
That thing on its back! That's the human possessing it, right?
Yes, it must be. If we strike at the human precisely, we may be able to separate them. Everyone, you need not hold back. We fight to save the dragon god, Et. And I shall fight with all I am.
We're not sacrificing anyone! Come on, team, we fight together!
Heed me!
Yeah! Eupha hit their weakness!
Let's stay calm.
That's cool.
We did it! Now we just need to take down the body.
I will fight with pride. Shatter!
As much as I hate killing a dragon, we can. Yeesh.
The dragon!
The dragon god Et has returned to its sacred vessel. Legend has it that while in its vessel, that's when the dragon god's power is greatest, and weakest when it takes to raging wing. So if it has a true form, you see it now before you. And here is our village's divine relic, Dracodios, Lance of the Dragon God.
'Twas rusty and worn, but now it almost gleams.
So dragons aren't just magical beasts. They're a manifestation of pure magla. My sister's research. She was right.
You all had the right of it. All these tragic calamities, they are not born of the Dragon God's wrath.
Then maybe they arose from the temple's melancholia. Perhaps that human was the source.
'Tis not the first time. Thinking back on it now, a human has always been at the heart.
You think humans are what's causing all of this?
No, I don't think that's quite it. Something about that monster. The way it instinctively tried to shield its eyes and ears. It was as if we faced the living past of the Mustari people itself. The Mustari reject the world beyond ours. lost and comforted by ignorance. And in adversity, it is our God we cling to as cause and answer to our suffering. Maybe we have only ourselves to blame. A self-inflicted madness. Our hearts are the source of Magla, of magic arts. Even this new power, this archetype that has awakened within me. Another. I did not know this one existed.
Is that another relic or another dragon? Probably a relic. Traverse the dragon
had been lost
temple.
until now. Then, this paints quite a different picture of the priestess. She looks to be fighting.
You suppose this is the truth of the priestess's duty? I mean, offering her life to quell the calamity threatening the village. Maybe that's what it meant all along.
It had always seemed odd that the dragon god dwelled within a lance, of all things. Not a sealed urn, but a weapon. My brother often wondered about it. We were wrong. No, we did not even think to question.
You would have died in the name of an era of semantics. The world has not been kind to you, girl.
No. On the contrary, I feel I've been saved. I finally see my path laid before me. So thank you. Let us return now to the village. You said you had business with the lance when all this had settled down, did you not?
Yes, but I doubt you'll want to let go of it after all that. We have to figure that out.
I cannot simply relinquish it.
You can come with
but
us?
Perhaps instead...
What was that?
Surely not. The human from the altar? How has it not perished?
I heard it enter the water. This channel leads straight to the ocean. If it seeks prey to regain its strength.
Then it can only be headed for the village.
Damned beast! So much for taking it slow on the way back. After it!
At least we can teleport.
We can do this!
Oh, I have to do it back to back. Wee! Fun. Ooh! Love it! Can I swap any of the stuff they've got? I don't think I can. I've just got to stick with what's already there.
It is time I put the truth to our teachings and rituals. I stand anew. I stand with you.
I thought we already finished this guy. Guess he's a stubborn one.
By this power. Shatter!
There's no longer resistance to that, which is a
Behold
good
this
thing.
power come forth now.
Oh, that's cool. That is so cool.
Yeah! Eupha hit their weakness.
Sworn oath of knighthood.
Wind isn't working. Try
Join with
hitting
me.
it something else. Get after it, love.
Finally. God, that was annoying.
For the future of the Mustari! Fall!
Not bad.
What piss? Oh, God. That was something.
Right. That's the end of that.
Everyone, once again, thank you so much.
What a spectacle! To think I could have evacuated and
Oh,
missed the
shut
performance.
it, Baltman.
Eupha, that power.
It must be the same power wielded by priestesses of old. My rescuers helped me realize that.
You mean to say sacrifice was never the intent of the ritual?
The priestess offers her life in service, not sacrifice. She takes up arms and faces the scourge. That is why our relic is a lance.
A mural on the altar suggested as much. It's likely the murals of this village don't actually depict sacrifice either.
You saw what was inside the temple? What was it? Something the church would rather keep buried? Some other mystical relic?
A relic? Hardly. We saw a ruined city of the old world. Evidence of a history before our own. Small wonder the clergy can't send their monks. Anyone who saw that would have their faith shaken. It's all but physical proof that the Sanctus Scriptures are fiction.
You don't say.
However, we of the islands have done no better in upholding the truth of our past. With all my heart, I wanted to save our village. But all I did was sit and hope.
Lady Eupha. Like them village folk you helped save. Reminds me of that Glodell business too. They're tough enough that they don't need dirty tricks. If you challenged them, and they won fair and square.
Pack it in, Basilio. Our war may be quieter, but we're still fighting. Hesitate out there and you're dead.
Del.
His belief in Luis has been shaken by this. Del, not so. Not quite. Probably close.
Remarkable.
Here we go again.
Despite all the people share in common, the world is filled with myriad faiths and beliefs. Accordingly, those in search of spiritual meaning may seek and find many different teachings to guide them. I see. So the people of this world are free to believe as they will. Anyone may follow any god, any dogma.
So basically the opposite of the Sanctus Church.
Our legends say that the ancient world was full of all manner of beliefs too. The people of Eld worshipped many gods from many pantheons. People confronted the anxiety that haunted them.
Thinking back, some of those figures in the temple murals may have been gods.
Yes, that mural depicting myriad gods is an explanation of how this world came to be.
But ultimately, war claimed everything. Suppose that means it wasn't much of a utopia, right?
Perhaps freedom unchecked gave rise to conflict. Either way, to know the past is to ensure history does not repeat. If we are to create a utopia rooted in our world, faith is not enough. We must move onward and take action as allies, because I believe that's how this must be used. This power that guides us to ideals. To walk forward, firmly, fearing nothing.
It seems like that fantasy book is very similar to what the old world was. Not the same per se, but similar.
As the sunset stretches
the
gauntlet
that
runner's
looks...
shadow across the water, they arrive at the
that little
Prismatic
image looks
Sea.
cool.
Sailors whisper of an otherworldly view visible in these
What's it
parts.
gonna look like?
If you survive the terrors of the deep. Yet somehow,
That's a story.
the sailors have never found an unimpeachable source, and the party was about to understand why.
Oh, that is cool.
So pretty.
That's cool. Behold, the land of ceremonies. This is my first time stepping within it.
Now then.
We should make our way towards the inner area, correct? Edeni said we should prepare for a fight. You also said we could have what treasure we find. We probably won't be back, so we should take him up on it. Yeah, it's more of a fair trade, so don't give me that, oh, I must apologize for being such a great burden line, Eupha. Jeez, Juna. You're right, but... Huh? How did you read my very thoughts? You wear them on your face, love. Bit of an open book. I can see why your brother worries.
Hail.
Not to dampen the spirited chat, but we have no idea what lies ahead. Best stay sharp from here on.
Leave it to us.
Matt, lead the way. Where's Himes May?
Oh.
What? That is a design. That one. That is a design.
Leave it to me.
Papul tells us there is nothing we can't accomplish. That looks so wrong. yes, I feel that together with all of you, I can do this. Please let me summon your strength.
course.
First love. Let's go, everyone. His eyes are in the hat. Ah. I forgot this is a thing that happens before every major boss fight now. The game's like, hey, by the way, do you want to change up your party at all?
I'll let my fist
But I
do the
thought
talking.
you hit its
I'm counting
weakness.
on you.
Yeah, Gallica,
Don't
shut.
underestimate me.
How long before she gets annoying, dude? Oh, every time you go into a dungeon,
Thank you.
she just does this nonsense, and it's like, shut it. Don't care.
A halfway decent result.
Yeah, what I've noticed is every game that allows me to do these point allocations, I always just go an even spread. For the first time, at least. I'll probably actually be more specific in my build next time. I don't know.
Tremble before me.
New ability.
I guess it depends on what carries over in the new plus and what I end up doing for the next run, because I will be doing that for
I
achievement
wonder if what you
reasons.
got earlier could serve as that proof of victory you want. I mean, I'm not seeing anything else you could use.
Or there's...
These bones are aged. Old relics of my fellow countrymen. I wonder how many have fallen here. And what do the trials mean to them? My own deeds merely live in their shadow. Because it was only by chance that I entered my fight.
I'm sure all of this is part of your trial.
Is it? So you're saying that the path which led me here, all my experiences, it was all a trial? There's a favor I might request of you.
Really?
For my entire life, I have seen myself as an offering. I thought of nothing except that duty.
Uh-huh.
That's why panic took root in me. But at the same time, if my past had been any different, would I have had the strength to defeat that monster?
Maybe, maybe not.
This trial has shown me I am more than an offering. While it revealed my weakness,
Yeah, your magic
so
points.
too did it reveal my triumph. Now, my only desire is to seek a deeper faith in myself, so that I can go wherever I have decided to go. But while the outside world is still frightening, I'd like you by my side. I know I have room to grow as far as believing in myself, but my belief in you is already as the tallest oak.
If that's how I can help, I'll gladly stay by your side.
How happy you make me. Finally, I understand. This power which burns within me. That is the proof of victory I truly needed. Only I can know what I might bring to bear. That must be what my brother wanted me to learn. I've made my decision. I will fight for the good of everyone and everything. For all the world. What's this? A handshake? Wait, I see you're offering me the type of handshake practice I use in the
Yes.
outside world.
Wow. I suppose you wouldn't be too familiar with that. I can sense Eupha's trust to me as well as a determination.
The Oracle Priestess, Eupha. Within her dwells the virtue of the Summoner. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Nice.
My heart is aflutter.
Hey, look, it's another one. Can you let go of my arm now, please?
But,
Is something wrong?
Oh, sorry. It's nothing of import. It's just that For the Mustari, handshakes mean two different things. One meaning is simply trust, which you offer now. And the other meaning is... well... It matters not. That is, please don't let it worry you. My sincerest appreciation.
I mean, that's how you make someone worry about it, because you're just like, Oh, wisdom so close to 3. Come on. No,
now
4.
then, I thank you greatly, and may I suggest we turn toward home?
Cool.
Very well. Let's return to the entrance.
Do I care to grab those other 2 chests? Could have useful items in it, but also is it worth? I don't know.
At last, the party arrives at Sporico Cave, nestled deep in the forest. Within, vibrant flowers rich with color blossom in full glory. But theories claim the cave itself is a weapon of a bygone era, and the magic of its circuitry infused the ground with magma. As though drawn in by the bewitching light, the gauntlet runner draws near the mouth.
Holy. What's this gonna look like? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's really cool. Ah, you must be kidding me. There's someone else here? Just who the hell are you?
Wait a second.
Hey, that's our line, but at least you're alive. I'm glad. Your brother's back in Virga Island. I'd asked you to avenge your death, but you're not very dead. I'm not leaving. I refuse to go home until I can reclaim my life's work. Those creatures surprised me and I dropped my monster notebook.
Huh?
What now?
That should give me something new to give to Juna. So what does that one do? Increase our life. Yeah, that's actually going to be really good. Let's go. We're all good.
Hey.
So Species the Leogron. When we heard about the monster's bluebird, that gotta be it. Then if we want our monster notebook, we're gonna deal with it. Wasn't planning on leaving it be. Let's be quick about it.
On guard!
Upon a royal soul! I fucking hate weakness! I had you!
Yeah, you're gonna... Yeah, cool, don't care.
Stroll's combat power is down!
I won't miss! They're tenacious!
I shall do. I'd rather refrain
I will
for
fight
now.
with pride! I won't hold back!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Helpful as ever.
This watch me! Raging fire!
Finally. Good God. What a fight.
At last.
So that's the monster's notebook. It is it? It looks pretty worn. Definitely of some importance. Yeah, that's all well and good, but was it really worth putting our lives on the line? For that, I appreciate passionate research, but all this was just reckless. It doesn't mean anymore, no matter how bizarre. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. In your ideal world, do you think lies are necessary? I thought you'd say that. I've begun to think the same myself. The time has come for our production's final act. My once-in-a-lifetime performance, and you, my friend, are pivotal to its success. Are you ready for this? Sure. Ba-da-bum.
Thank you.
Thank you. I knew you would say that. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Ready to go?
If that's the case.
Shall we head for the tavern then? This calls for a celebration, so let us feast. You couldn't have wanted my life at a worst possible time. But I suppose that's precisely why you were my destiny all along. Take care. What's going to happen next? I think there's only 2 more ranks left of his to run through. My head hurts. Oh no. What's happening? I was supposed to be eating with Alonzo at the tavern. I must have passed out, and I don't think it was by choice. Isn't this Brailhaven Square?
Listen to me!
Who do you think was behind all this wickedness? Yes, it was the scoundrel Calculus. He deceived good people, then sold them into slavery. He lined his pockets with dirty money to fuel his life of utter debauchery. Some of you may wonder if my words can be trusted given my own intentions. After all, am I not a villain myself? You would not be wrong. Calculus held my family hostage and forced me to abuse my powers to defraud you. For those who have suffered under the burden of unfair taxes, you have my sincere apologies. To refuse him would have put my family in jeopardy.
However,
but it's not his only victim. Calculus raised his hometown to ashes when it became a hindrance to his schemes. And worst of all, when his own mother defied him, he killed her in retaliation.
How dreadful.
What have you done?
He's a monster.
No.
That's a lie. That's all a lie, isn't it?
You're hard.
You should die. You can't hear me over this crowd.
Now
There's no talking your way out of this. Tell us you repent, Calculus. Repent? Huh. What is there to repent for? A swell of ale tastes like ambrosia when it's brought with money pilfered from your fools.
Thanks,
I made
friend.
fortunes from this man in particular. What good are soft hearts positions of power if not easy prey? My mother, my hometown, as if I ever gave a damn about them. Am I not the one at fault here? No, you only have yourself to blame for your folly. He's horrid.
Yeah.
Just kill him already. What the fuck's happening? There you are. You finally arrived.
Hear me.
Good people. This brave young man here, Matt, is the one who saved my family. Huh? He pretended to work with Calculus and saved victims in his clutches. Furthermore, he captured the wicked cur himself and handed him over to me. As you all may know, he is a candidate to become the new king. He is a true hero, the one deserving of the crown. What? This kid?
Oh my.
That boy will become king?
You're here.
Irvin is a hero in the flesh. Look at this right mess you've gotten me into.
Why?
Yourself, Alonzo. I've longed for this moment. There's nothing else I desire. I've only made it this far because of you. I could always tell you didn't want to become king yourself, but that's not how the wheel turns. You will take the throne. Win, Matt, for the sake of this world. I don't understand what's going on. But looking in Alonzo's eyes, I can sense his determination and unquestionable faith in me. What's about to happen?
You gave me a reason to live.
Allows the purchase of rare items at magic shops in all cities. And unlocks analyzed data for all enemies with certain expectations.
Now then.
The landowner carried out the sentence. Alonzo is slain. Alone, I left the scene and returned to the inn. Thanks to Alonzo's sacrifice, the entire village now supports me.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
What? I'm sorry.
Try not to die.
Huh, okay.
Speaking of which...
Then...
I'm sorry, what just happened? I'm just lost. He's got one more rank though, don't he? What? Wow. This place is quite intriguing.
Well met. Say. Thank you.
What you got, Hulkenberg? What you got?
I've received word from the Shadow Guard. Rodanth has been confined to an underground cell. For the time being, the chaos in the capital should be still.
I don't think we're in the clear just yet.
Agreed. All that's changed is that Rodanth is removed from power. We spoke of it before. A knight's duty is to their oath, yet without a king, an oath might hold little weight to any one knight. And an armed force, disunified in purpose, is but a spark away from a raging mob. If the knighthood flounders further, whether clinging to power or simply self-preservation, a second Rodanth, or even a third, will surely emerge. Unless His Royal Highness the Prince takes the throne, there will be no true rebirth for the knighthood.
Rest assured, I'll forge a path to the throne.
Yes, well said. We shall reclaim our nation's future together. My duel with Rodanth left much clear. I proved I am not the woman I once was. It can only be the journey thus far that has changed me. You've helped me grow as a new person. Never again will I wield my power only to hide my own sense of inferiority. My convictions shall lead me, and I shall fight by their strength. Thus, I vow anew to use my power for you.
I'm counting on you, Hulkenberg.
You only need focus on pushing forward. For that, I would gladly give my life.
I can feel Hulkenberg's unshakable trust in me and the strength of something, it's gone.
The steadfast vassal, Hulkenberg, keeper and heritor of the knight's virtues. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
I shall safeguard our land
Denied.
and our future.
High probability for Hulkenberg to defend the protagonist from an attack on his weakness. Hulkenberg is ready to acquire a new heroic embodiment. What does that mean?
The man of the Shadow Guard paused before departing. As he bid me farewell, he told me he hoped to one day be my equal. A knight not merely in title, but in truest spirit. I never thought the day would come that I might see the honor in myself. As a knight, and as an ally, I will stay by your side, now and always. Truly, my friend. Thank you.
Go Hulkenberg. Thanks to strong trust between Hulkenberg and me, the entirety of the knighthood now supports me. We can still keep moving. I wonder where the hard stop is until the next story section. So this was the Scoundrel Stronghold, was it? And our bounty's at the end of it. Yep, we're here for a giant guarded by horde of Goborns. But, of course, there's other monsters in here too. Goborn horde, is it? They're capable of surrounding us. We ought to prepare tactics for cutting down many at a time.
Oh my.
Whatever.
All good.
But adding giant complicates matters. We can't be too careful.
Well...
So there's a Goborn leader then, eh? I'll take this Scoundrel Stronghold for itself. I see, but its evil deeds end here.
Let's hurry and defeat it! Get after it, love!
Formidable indeed.
Yep, that is a concern.
He's knocked out! We gotta wake her
Oh,
up!
fuck. Oh no. Oh no. Bye, Stroll. No, he missed.
You've got some fancy footwork, Stroll.
It's up to you now.
Cool.
Okay.
Enormous eyeball. Oof, that's that then.
Alright.
I've got the enormous eyeball. This ought to make the surrounding area a bit safer.
What do you think?
Well, if the request's gone, what's next? Yeah, or should we get out of here?
In that case,
Let's go. You're Matt, correct? I've been looking all over for you. There was a deeper meaning to Alonzo's sacrifice, and I would have you know the whole truth of it. Alonzo said he was going all in on you, so I did too, on the new world you're going to create. Tell me. You're familiar with the tavern he used to frequent, yes? The place I first broke the news to him. Let's talk there. He actually asked to be that venue, and I meant to honor his request.
Allow me to introduce myself once again. My name is Dataram. I'd like to thank you for your assistance.
What assistance?
Right then, where shall I begin? The execution was proposed by Alonzo himself. He agreed to bear the weight of my crimes and die with them. That is, under one condition. He had me declare my support for your candidacy by naming you as the key figure who put an end to the people's suffering. And in doing so, Alonzo would accomplish his goal, to bring you great renown.
Why would he go through with that?
Perhaps it was meant to be a form of atonement. By giving you recognition and building your reputation, he could pave you a path to the crown. He truly believed that you could change the world. Alonzo entrusted me with this letter, or rather, with his last words.
I wager you must be furious with me. I'm sorry I didn't let you in on the plan. I knew you would be against it. Believe it or not, I considered myself a just person. My cons were always in the service of a greater good. I convinced myself that it was all for my hometown, for my mother. But that pretense crumbled away, along with her life. I realized everything I'd done was out of my own selfish desires. Such a man ought to die. So, I found a way to make a worthy end of it. Come to think of it, death, too, is perhaps its own selfish escape. When you stopped me, I could finally confront that about myself. The truth of the matter is, I like lying. I like tricking people. Perhaps I never needed to be a good person. On the day of my execution, you'll be lauded as a hero, and everyone in attendance will be none the wiser about my deception. Yes, before long you'll ascend to the throne, and the world will become a slightly better place. All thanks to my lies. I've done far too much wrong in my life. But in my final moments, I will become the kind of person I've always aspired to be. I owe it all to you. Even though I know this wasn't the conclusion you wished for, you have my gratitude.
The devious schemer, Alonzo, keeper and heritor of the Faker's virtues. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of his newfound powers, work to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
Remember your promise. Become the king.
Wow, that was... that bond is something else, honestly. Wow. That one genuinely caught me a little off guard with where it went.
Are you all right?
I have to win, no matter what.
You mustn't be hasty. Alonzo believed you could bring about a better future, didn't he? You there, bring him what we've discussed. This is Alonzo's fortune. Though half of it was pinched from my coffers. Still, the fact that he managed to steal all this is quite impressive.
What are you planning to do with it?
Rest assured, I won't be taking it with me. Not after all that's happened. Alonzo intended to give this money to his village, but he was terribly distraught when they wouldn't accept it. However, if you, the hero, were to give them the money, that'd be a different matter. Might you donate his fortune in your name?
If that is my friend's wish, then I will.
Thank you. Please grant this wish of his. I'll make arrangements for a coachman to transport this to the village. Until then, his property shall be in my care. Come speak with me once you've arrived. I ask this of you in his stead.
This one's important.
A rake's last wish. Datrum entrusted me to deliver Alonzo's inheritance to his hometown. I want to talk to Datrum at the Angler Inn Square in Brailhaven while he's there at night. It's not quite over yet. Oh, it's not moving anymore.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king.
So 9 is about as far as we're going to get before the next story. Before the next story segment, shenanigans, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sad. That was... Wow. Ah, you come. We're all set for the last request of Alonzo's, getting his village to accept his donation. The road to the village has been cleared. We'll go there and back in no time by carriage. Shall we go now? Splendid. I think this will be enlightening for you, so thank you for your time. Money to the villagers.
You will?
Money is for the village? This is more than enough to rebuild the village, but you're certain you want to give it away. I'd just like to be of help.
Thank you.
You truly are as generous as the rumors say. We're grateful for your support. This village was in shambles after what Alonzo did, but thanks to you, we'll manage to build from the ground up again. There are awful people in this world, but good people like you exist too. I think you ought to be king. Aye, everyone in the village supports you wholeheartedly. The road ahead of you may be trying, but you'll surely emerge victorious. Because of that, Alonzo, we lost someone dear to us. But you've brought him to justice. You are this village's hope. We'll make sure that your money is put to good use.
Why?
His mum was a very nice lady, though. It's really for the best. It's how he wanted it. He might not have the greatest of reputations anymore, but was that really the right decision? There's gone.
Are you, perchance, looking for this? Did my last words have you in tears?
What a... lad. What the f...
What's with you? You look like you've seen a ghost.
How are you even alive?
What? Did you want me dead? Sorry to disappoint, but as you can see, I'm no spectre.
What even happened?
Even if the world would have preferred otherwise, I plan to keep living. As long as you and my mother wish for it. Consider the letter a bit of a stage prop.
Then, was everything you wrote also a lie?
Well, what say you? Did my deceit diminish my sincerity? I'm sure you've told your fair share of lies as well. The same is true of all your future subjects. No man or woman is completely honest. Fiction has its role to play in supporting people. Like with you in that book you hold so dear, yes? But there comes a time in all lives where reality starts to give chase. It closes in on us eventually. So when that time comes, well, if that time comes, we'll run from it for as long as we can. Is that so wrong? Of course not. It all comes back to weakness. But it's weakness that makes people interesting. I find it endearing. Should you ever have a need of deception, you can rely on me. I'll be at your service, no matter where or when.
Thank you, Alonzo.
You're very welcome. Now go on and show me that new world of yours. Oh, that reminds me. When I was giving my regards to the landowner, he said that you had called me your friend. A long time ago, my mother once told me to keep my friends close. She said that one's parents are bound to depart this world first, but friends would stand by me for life. Back then, I couldn't see past trying to keep her alive. But now, I think you and I might just have a future. So long, young majesty.
Yeah, that's not going anywhere yet. Oh, that didn't even take time. Well, Saints Day is next up on the roster, which that's going to be very interesting. If you already know what that is going to be like, then you're in for a fun roller coaster ride of a time. But until then, bye-bye.